What's going on, guys? Dottz here, and today's video is going to be a quick rotation guide for the Rhutum Outstation. The goal for these rotation guides is to be quick and to the point, showing you everything you need to know for a grind spot in as little time as possible. Now, before we actually do head out to grind, we need to set up our character with the right buffs so that we are optimizing our time spent grinding. If you're new and don't know what buffs you need, I have a guide listed in the description below that explains this topic in depth. But before we do get started in today's guide, I do just want to thank today's sponsor, Ewin Racing. Ewin Racing is a company I've worked with for a really long time, and I use their desk chairs for the chair in my office setup, and I have for, I think, like probably a good 4 years now at this point. I put in a lot of hours on this chair between streaming and just gaming, and then my full-time job, I do work remote. So I spend a lot of time in the chair. Very, very, very comfortable. And on top of that, I also have a desk from the company as well. The desk has, basically the entire top is essentially like a big mouse pad, so I don't really have a mouse pad on my desk. And it's got, RGB lights over it, on like the sides and across the edges. And it's really sturdy, really well built. And the great thing about all of Ewin's products too is they're insanely easy to put together, very simple directions. So you're not gonna have to worry about spending hours putting together your furniture. But if you guys do want to pick up some Ewin stuff today and support the channel, you can get it for a massive 30% off. That's basically a Black Friday sale by just using my code DOTTS and clicking the link in the description below. Okay, guys, so now that we are back from the ad break, let's actually get into today's rotation guide for Rhutum Outstation. So the location of this grind spot is going to be southwest of Calpheon. The mob type of the mobs here is going to be demi-human, so you can wear that version of the wild. And this is going to be an Elvia grind spot. So you will need to go into the Elvia realms by hitting the button in the top right. The needed stats for this area is going to be 360 DP and 280 AP. And the DP requirement is going to be something you want to respect, specifically due to one of the events that can spawn here, which I'll talk about in a second. In terms of if this is an RNG or trash spot, I'm kind of going to say it's a little bit in the middle, but I think more leaning towards RNG, since you're trying to primarily get the Black Distortion earrings that could drop here. If you get super lucky, the Blessed Soul Fragment to enhance your Vel's Heart, and then you also can want to get the Crystallized Despairs to help, kind of give you those pity pieces to getting the Blessed Soul Fragment. The Rhutum Fangs that you can get from here, which is the trash loot, do have a decent value to them, and you can get a solid amount in an hour, but the mobs themselves don't really drop that many, so I wouldn't consider this as much of like a trash loot spot, kind of like I would look at like orcs or centaurs. In terms of if you want to use Agris here, you do not. You would recommend keeping that off, as well as keeping your gauge, your item collection gauge at level 1, as using the level 2 gauge doesn't really increase the amount of trash loot that you get all of that much. Now, I would recommend putting your tent over here. I'm going to showcase it on the screen where I actually put my tent. This is a really good spot so that you can very easily just run back and forth from the mobs to your tent, and the mobs can't really get to where your tent is, so you are pretty safe to put your horse there. Now, in terms of the mechanics for the spot, when you actually get here, you're going to pretty much just be standing on that red portal that you see, but before you do that, you need to destroy the 3 towers that are around it. These towers need to be destroyed because otherwise they will drop a AoE on the ground that will deal damage and kind of stagger your character. So the first thing you do every rotation is you just destroy those 3 towers. Then pretty much you just go and camp out at the portal. Right after you destroy the towers, though, there is going to be kind of like a yellow beam of light that you see on the ground, which is going to put a dome down, which gives you some extra stats when you stand in the dome. And then 3 elite type of mobs, I believe they're called glorious mobs, are going to spawn. And I recommend trying to, stay inside that bubble to get those stats and then kill those mobs. Once you kill those 3 monsters, you're going to kind of get towards the rest of the rotation here. I say rotation, but it's not really rotation. You kind of just stand on the portal in one spot, and then there's just waves and waves of mobs are going to spawn over and over again, and you're going to just want to kill them. I think prioritizing the archers is a really good thing to do. I noticed that they dealt a lot of damage when I left them alive, so just kill the mobs over and over again until it gets to a point where it says like the Rhutums light the boxes on fire in a last-ditch effort. So you'll notice that there's like a bunch of like crates around the portal and they will be lit on fire. You need to just destroy those crates and then you'll get a bonus of extra loot. And then pretty much after that, you're good to repeat it. Destroy the towers, go to the dome, kill the elites, kill the waves, kill the boxes. Pretty simple. And you can just stay on this one portal the entire time. There's not much more you have to do. Now, occasionally you will have this event that spawns where your whole screen turns dark and like red, like smoke kind of gets put in like a wall around your location, and this really like cool, like dark looking mob spawns. Now, I didn't get to complete this event because I realized that my DP was too low once this event spawns. That's kind of where, in my opinion, the DP check for the spot really is, since the guy that spawns from this event hits like an absolute bus. So I'm guessing, though, that there's a chance for some extra loot, some bonus stuff that you can get from that. So I would, it's a really cool looking event, too. So I would say, if you have that DP 360 or above, when you see that event spawn, you're going to want to prioritize just killing that big bad boss, finishing up that event, and then just going back to your regular rotation. But guys, that is going to be it for me for the Rhutum guide. Quick, straightforward, and to the point, and hopefully this did show you guys what you need to know for the spot. This is my first rotation guide that I'm going to be putting on the channel, and I do want to start doing more of these for all of, the major grind spots and all my favorite spots. So if you guys like this, please let me know in the comment section below, or if there was anything I didn't cover that you want to see, please let me know. If you like this, leave a like on it and subscribe for more BDO beginner and rotation guides. Like I said, my goal is to keep these as quick as possible, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the format. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much. As always, I'm Dottz Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next one.